Coordinated, episode 231. Spotlight, Sylvia in North Carolina.
Greetings, AP coordinators. Derek here, Senior Director, AP Coordinator Experience for the AP program, and former AP Coordinator.
And I'm Karli Suge, School Counselor and AP Coordinator.
Thanks for joining us. We're excited to shine the spotlight on a fellow AP Coordinator today. We're visiting Guilford County, North Carolina, and no matter where you are, that makes this the place to be to hear all the latest and greatest in the world of AP coordinators.
Microphone on. Spotlight on. It's time to get coordinated.
Good morning, Karli.
Good morning, Derek.
Are you ready for another summer spotlight?
I am. I'm excited to learn more. Where are we going today?
Good question. We're heading to the Tar Heel State. We're heading to North Carolina.
Sounds good. I've never been there.
I have, but not to Guilford County.
Let's do it then. Let's go.
All right, everyone. The boss has spoken. Coming to us live on the show, making her coordinated debut. Please welcome AP Coordinator Sylvia Ray. Hey, Sylvia.
Hi, Derek. Hi, Karli. Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for making the time, especially during the summer. We really appreciate it. And hey, I was looking back at my notes and emails the other day. I realized that when I first touched base with you, when I reached out about doing this, you said you were, quote, frightfully excited, unquote. I love that term. Is that still the case? I mean, I can understand Karli can sometimes be quite frightening.
Ha ha ha. Very funny, Derek. Sylvia, ignore him. Let's chat. I want to learn more about you and your school and your AP program. Derek is going on mute for a while. Aren't you, Derek?
Well, that was not my plan, but okay. As a former AP coordinator, I still know how to make things work when a curveball comes my way. So the floor is yours, Mrs. Suge. Take it away.
Wow. I've never heard anyone talk to Derek like that before. Nice job, Karli.
Hey, I'm a current AP coordinator. I also know how to get things done. But back to us, right? How's your summer going so far?
Well, I'm 1 week into summer vacation. I'm camping, so my summer's great.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. So, can we start with your school and where you're located?
Sure. I'm at Northern Guilford High School. That's in Guilford County, North Carolina, as Derek mentioned, in the city of Greensboro. And I've been here for 3 years. I love it, and it's a great school.
I think most of us who work at a school think the same thing. Is your school known for anything in particular, like success in a certain sport or performing arts or academic program?
Well, yes, we are. As a matter of fact, like most traditional high schools, sports are a big deal. We're proud that we can boast of not having 1, but 4 NFL players and a WNBA player. Way to represent, Nighthawks. We have a strong performing arts program. We are the only traditional high school in Guilford County that offers dance, and our visual arts program is growing and currently offers 4 different AP courses.
And speaking of AP, please tell us about your AP program. How many AP students tested this year?
This year, we had 522 students taking 924 AP exams. We're fortunate that all students in grades 9 through 12 are able to enroll in AP classes. We do not target a specific group of students for AP classes. AP is a big deal at Northern. And one really nice advantage to working in a public school in North Carolina is that the state pays for all AP exams if the student is enrolled in the corresponding AP course.
Whoa, I did not know that. That's amazing. I wish we had that in California. Derek, what are you doing all day at work? Can you please get on that for us Californians too?
Oh, sure, Carly, no problem. Let me just snap my fingers and it's probably a little more complicated than that. Let me make note and get back to you.
Please do. In the meantime, Sylvia, so that's a lot of students. How many AP courses does your school offer?
We offer 22 different AP courses this past year, and we are adding an additional AP course in the fall, AP European History.
And what's usually the most popular course?
Hands down, it's AP World. It's our most taken course, usually by 9th and 10th grade students, followed by AP English Language, AP English Literature. And this year we offered AP Pre-Calc for the first time with almost 100 students taking that.
Wow. And did your school host any exams in the new digital format in Blue Book this year?
Yes, we did. Our district has mandated that we had to give 7 digital tests. Our school offered 5 of those digital tests: AP English Lang, AP English Literature, AP US History, AP World History, and AP Computer Science Principles. And I'd have to say that the digital experience was quite successful. Our district did a great job making sure that the Blue Book app was updated and that on each digital test day, someone from technology was on site to help troubleshoot any issues. But the biggest issue was really the occasional student forgetting their password.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That all sounds like best practices. I'm glad it went so well. So let's switch over for a moment to learn about you. I'm curious, is North Carolina your original home? Were you born and raised there?
Yes, North Carolina is my home. I was born and raised in a small rural community, Summerfield, in Guilford County. And I would like to add that I've also taught in several states: Virginia, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, as well as North Carolina.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like an amazing tour of all the states. So, what led you into being an educator? And how did you end up at this particular school?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher, but I had 2 influential people in my life: my maternal grandmother and my 5th grade teacher, Miss Highfield. They both loved teaching and made it seem fun. I wound up at Northern Guilford High School after being retired for 3 years, and a former student who was then the principal at Northern called and asked if I could work part-time until they found someone for the position. Well, that was 3 years ago.
And besides being an AP coordinator, you are the
Well, like most AP coordinators in Guilford County, I'm also the curriculum facilitator. I work with teachers. I'm also the testing coordinator. So if there's anything going on in the school that has the word test associated with it, that's me. And then, of course, I'm the AP coordinator. And that being said, the month of May is all about testing.
Yes. So, 2 questions, and you can be honest here. What do you like the most about being an AP coordinator? And what's one thing that drives you crazy every year?
Well, the first part's easy. I love being an AP coordinator, and I like it for 2 reasons. First, it appeals to my sense of organization and planning. And second, it allows me to have direct contact with students, answering questions and making certain that their SSD plans are current, accurate, and provided on the day of testing. And if you're sure, really sure that I can be honest here, well, here goes. The one thing that drives me crazy about being the AP coordinator is the minority of teachers who do not use AP classroom resources. They're just really doing their students a disservice by not using them. It just really makes the Blue Book app a lot smoother on test day, and it also helps assuade any fears that students have as far as using the app. So I can't say enough about the importance of AP Classroom.
Absolutely. I get that. And you sound so passionate about it. And that is amazing for your students. So thank you for sharing that. I can also relate to the direct contact with students. That's one of my favorite parts about being an AP coordinator. I love that I get to work with all AP students, even if those students are not technically on my caseload as a counselor at my school. So thank you for sharing, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Derek, I think that's it for me. How about you?
Hey, oh my gosh, great, really great conversation. Sylvia, as you were sharing a little about your AP program, I actually had a couple questions come to my mind. First, were any of the exams you offered this year for world languages or music theory?
Yes, we offered AP Spanish Language and Culture and AP Music Theory.
Excellent. So I'm just curious, how do you handle the part of the exam where you record student responses? And what does all that look like for you on exam day?
Well, the first year that I was the AP coordinator at Northern, we were still using the digital recorders. That was just a nightmare. And I'm so glad that we are
You mean
now
those
using.
handheld digital recorders?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Their
Yeah.
label had to be on there and a Ziploc bag. Yes.
Oh my
So
gosh,
much
yes.
fun. And then uploading it, So
But
I'm
now you are
using the DAC app.
okay.
And we're fortunate that in our media center, it has its own sound system. And so the CD is played through the speakers in the media center. And then for the individual student recordings, we move the students who aren't recording to a soundproof practice room so they can't hear the CD prior to their turn hearing the CD and recording their session. So I feel really blessed that we have that capability.
That sounds like a very professional sound recording setup. That's awesome. That's really great for your students. Thank you for sharing that. And Sylvia, thank you for making the time to join us. We really appreciate it.
You are most welcome. And thank you for having me on the show. It was a pleasure meeting both you and Karli.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you for saying that. Sylvia Ray, one last thing. As you know, we will soon be starting a new school year.
Right. And you just had to bring that up.
Sorry. I know it's a little early to bring that up. Hey, but with the new school year coming upon us, some schools will have a new AP coordinator.
That is correct.
So, with your experience, you're a sage voice. What advice would you share with a new AP coordinator who may be listening to this show for the first time? Any tips or words of encouragement?
Absolutely. Begin planning early. Mark your calendar with those important dates from College Board, November 15th and March 15th. Make certain to take advantage of the many resources provided for AP coordinators and attend at least one of the back-to-school sessions for AP coordinators. And most importantly, reach out to another school in your district and make friends with their AP coordinator. Because there will be times when you have questions and you just don't feel like being on hold for a while with College Board.
AP coordinators, thanks again for joining us. We'll be back again next week, and we'll be visiting the state of Maryland.
And as always, for all our support of AP students. Yep, you heard that right. Your support, my support, our support. AP coordinators, we are truly good as gold.
And maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.
AP coordinators, despite your best intentions, did you miss out on the AP coordinator back to school workshop?
Fear not. The Back to School workshop is now available on YouTube.
That's right. And we have 2 on-demand videos available. One for new AP coordinators and one for those with a little more experience.
Or watch them both.
Great idea. Check out the show notes for a link to the videos.
Or you can go to collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience. That's collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience.
Get your popcorn ready. This is one more summer blockbuster you won't want to miss.